I'll show you. 400,000 views. It paid me 34,000.
Holy shit.
So like last year in revenue on YouTube, I did like 160,000. It's actually really ass in my opinion. And I'm not sponsored by Weevil anymore. So I'm just going to say it.
All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 1 of the Unattended podcast, where we talk about unattended retail and other business things. Today, I have a friend of mine, Will, otherwise known as the Financial Wolf. I think a good first question is, how did you come up with the name Financial Wolf?
So I started this YouTube channel when I was 15 years old after I watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street with my boys. Because, you know, when you're younger, everyone wants to go work on Wall Street, be rich, have money, and all those aspects of the movie appealed to me. And I was like, what can I name my YouTube channel where I'm going to talk about making money? Let me think. Oh, it can't be Wolf of Wall Street. That's already taken. Financial Wolf. Sounds like a good name. And it wasn't taken at the time. So I was like, you know what? Let's roll with it. At first, it was the Financial Wolf. And then eventually I dropped the like the face mug, you know? So I was actually on a YouTuber call and they're like, yeah, you should just be Financial Wolf. It sounds better. I was like, I agree. It sounds better.
Dude, that's probably one of the all-time greatest movies of all time.
Dude,
Top 5, I think.
It's one of those movies that I have purchased. I've seen a ton of times with my friends. It's like a classic that we put on like after a night out. Once we get back, we'll put on Wolf of Wall Street. Usually only see the first half.
Yeah.
And dude, I've seen the first half of that movie minimum 50 times.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones you can rewatch and it still hits the same.
Absolutely.
So how did you get into like financial stuff to begin with? Like, was it from your mom, your dad, your family, or was it something you and your friends were doing?
So probably when I was around like 14 or 15, this was like 2016, 2017 era. So like when Finance YouTube was like first starting out, and I was like obviously a big YouTube watcher at the time. So I was, you know, looking at videos about finance, how to become a millionaire, things like that. And it was all about like, you know, you got to invest young, you got to, you know, spend less than you make. So I was like, okay, shit, I got to start figuring out ways to make money. I got to start investing. And my dad at the time, he works a normal job. He's an accountant. So like he's smart with money, but like he just has a normal job, a 401k. And he was showing me like, oh, I started investing when I was 30 and like it grew this much by just putting a certain amount every month in. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. He was nice enough to like show me what investing made possible. And I was like, okay, I want to invest. So he opened me a custodial account and I started my first business at the time, which was reselling phones from Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. So I would post ads saying like, I'll pay cash for your old phone.
Yeah.
And then when people would reach out with like devices to sell, I had a spreadsheet where I mapped out exactly what I could buy and sell phones for, like every model. So then I would offer them like, you know, $50 or $100 less than I knew I could sell it for. I didn't even have a car at the time. So I'd either pay an older kid at school to drive me. I would walk, ride my bike, or have my parents drive me to meet up with these people to buy phones. And then I'd list them on eBay and sell them for a profit. And by the time I was like 16, so within the first year, I was doing like $5,000 a month in sales, a couple thousand in profit.
A couple thousand in profit, so it's around like 40% margin?
Yeah, it's probably around 30% margin. So, you know, I'd do like 5,000 a month. You know, on that, I'd probably take home 1 or 2K.
That's good. Yeah. Didn't you just do that last month too?
Yeah, I mean, I always start
a video.
Yeah, it's just like there's these side hustles that I just like know how to do that I'll like do for videos nowadays. So yeah, it's good. I've even done like videos where I bought entire pallets of phones and then flipped them for a profit. You can buy like pallets of iPhones. If you have like 10 or 20K to invest, you can make a few thousand like reselling the iPhones.
So you've got vending machines, you've got a Turo rental business, you're house hacking, so you're into real estate. Like, are you more interested in the business side of things or like the investing side of things?
Probably. So YouTube is kind of like my main business. Like I spend most of my day like working on videos, editing videos, thinking of ideas. So that's kind of like my day job. And then like these side hustles are like my investments / side things that I'm doing. So if I'm collecting from a machine, I'll film it. But I'm, you know, obviously running those side businesses. So I see YouTube as like my day job. It's like how I make most of my money, to be honest, right now. Yeah. And then the other stuff is like my investments. And I'm trying to get it to a point where my investments can cover my lifestyle because, yeah, that's the goal.
So YouTube is like the main business.
Yes, yes.
How much do you make from YouTube, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably. So like last year in revenue on YouTube, I did like 160,000. So that's broken down between like AdSense, which is probably like 50, 60K of that. Then I got sponsors, which is honestly like 70 or 80K of that. And then I do affiliate marketing as well, which is like where you put links to specific products and things that you use. And affiliate marketing is actually super lucrative. It's a whole business on its own. And it's something I'm actually getting more into now.
Yeah, did you ever get a Weeble link?
Yeah, dude. I've done every one of them.
Every financial YouTuber has a Weeble link.
Dude, then there's a reason for that.
What do they pay?
Okay.
Can you say?
You know what? Yeah, they pay me $60 per sign up. Per
wow.
funded account with 100 in there.
Do they give you?
And they give them a $60 free stock.
Do they give you any free stock too?
Yeah. So you can either get payment, cash, or they'll give you free stocks. I got to a point where they just give me the $60 cash per conversion.
Yeah, okay.
They used to give me free stocks, but the thing about that is they would give you like 10 free stocks worth like $3 or $4 each. And they're like shitty companies that,
yeah.
Or sometimes I would get like Ford stock or something.
You don't get to like choose the company when they get the stock? Oh, okay.
So it's like, I don't really want to hold it, but I remember one time I got a bunch of like fractional shares of Spotify stock actually for conversions on Robinhood. And then Spotify shot up. So I actually made good money.
Oh, nice.
But usually I sell the cheap ass stocks that they give you. But yeah, YouTubers do, Webull especially. And I'm going to say this, not because it's the best brokerage, but literally because it pays the most per conversion. It's actually really ass in my opinion. And I'm not sponsored by Webull anymore. So I'm just going to say it. I don't like their user friendliness.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, Robinhood's the go, right?
Robinhood is very user friendly. Personally, there's literally no affiliate for this, but my favorite brokerage personally is Fidelity, just because my money feels safe. Webull is like a Chinese company. They're like based overseas. It's like, I don't really want my money like in an overseas brokerage, if that makes sense.
Dude, I lost 10 grand on this one stock. It was a Chinese car company.
Mm-hmm.
I got like Neo,
yeah.
I got like, dude, I got like brainwashed by TikTok. I took all the money I was making as a janitor. This was like way before vape vending.
Oh my God.
I put it all in Neo, dude. And it totally it completely shit the bed.
Dude.
I invested at like the peak.
Did you watch this TikToker invest with Dason?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. He's the black guy?
Yeah.
Bro, that's exactly who fucking got me into
Yes. I've done a video with him. He made a lot of money on Neo. So he got in earlier and he made like $100,000 on Neo. I did a video with him and he invested all of that into crypto mining, but little did he know he got a place with like super high electrical rates. So it ended up kind of going under, but yeah, I know invest with Dason.
I blame him for my $10,000 being gone.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He's guy. He's been
just
posting some crazy shit lately, but he's
he's cool. I mean, obviously it's my own personal responsibility. It's not his fault. I shouldn't have been taking investment advice from fucking TikTok.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But so obviously I make content now. I didn't start making content until I already had a business. But like I was talking to someone the other day who has a couple vending machines. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, why don't you just pick up the camera and like record yourself doing it? Because like you said, like, you know how much money you're making off of YouTube. I feel like if you have a vending machine business specifically, it's so easy to go record the cash collections, and vape vending is so easy to go viral because like people are like, holy shit, I've never heard about vape vending. Like I feel like everybody should just maybe even just have like the meta glasses and just record their collections.
Yeah. So the thing about it is I think for like short form content, it's very low barrier to entry. Like just holding up your phone, filming yourself collecting. Long form, it can be a little bit trickier because it's just like making it 8 to 10 or 12-minute video. If you're really wanting to edit it and make it good, it takes a little bit more work. You know, you're going to put some time into it. But if it's something you enjoy and like you're going to get better at it over time. I think when people start out, they try too hard to like make every video perfect. When I started, I literally would just like, I was like 2 videos a week, no matter what. And then at one point I was doing like daily in the summer when I didn't have school.
Daily long form?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bro. And I was like, I went on vacation one time. So I was filming like 2 videos a day at that time. Like when I was like 16, 17, they weren't nearly as good as my videos now. But like eventually when I had some videos that hit, once I learned to make better content, all of that backload of videos blew up. So that's the thing.
Just having a portfolio and like you get the AdSense for those, but it takes longer to get that.
Because I didn't make a single dollar from YouTube. I started in June of 2018. I remember right after my freshman year of high school ended, I was like, okay, I'm starting this YouTube channel. I'm doing it. Actually June. Yeah. So I was summer of freshman year of high school. I was filming videos about iPhone reselling, getting like 200-300 views a video. The way I got my initial audience is I would comment first on like YouTubers like Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, Financial Education when they dropped it. I'd just comment something about their video and people saw Financial Wolf. Oh, let me check out his channel. Like I'm interested.
I think the name has done you good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So that's how I got my first few 100 viewers. And then I had a few thousand subscribers. Eventually I got monetized. After I got monetized, which I didn't get monetized until August of 2019. And then in October, so 2 months later, once I started my junior year of high school, I did a video where I sold candy at school for a week. And that video ended up getting 1 million views over time. Like a few months later, it was at a few 100,000 views. All my other videos were blowing up. And I went from making like literally my first month monetized, I made $8.90. September, I made $113. I was like, oh, that's sick. The next month, I made like $250 off AdSense. The next month, I made $2,800.
And then you're like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've made at least like a few grand a month off AdSense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, people love those selling snacks in school videos. That's, you know, the Rico guy?
Yeah.
He like, that's like how he started too. I think he was just making videos about selling candy in high school. Now he does vending machines and stuff.
Literally.
But like people love that content because it's so like, I think the reason they love it so much is because it's such an easy concept to grasp. You just buy the shit from Costco and you sell it to your peers. It's like the same thing as vending machines.
And there's so much wasted time at school, like during the day. There's so much time where you're just like walking through the halls, like transitioning to different classes, like a lunch break. It's like there's so much time to like make some money while you're there at school that it's like, why not make an extra $20 in profit a day? Like I would make like $40 in sales every day until I got in trouble with the school. That was the whole thing.
Why do they do that?
They fucking hate people doing shit. Like I remember, so before I was even like filming videos about like my whole experience selling candy, my freshman year, that's how I kind of became like somewhat popular at my school or whatever, was I would sell candy to like all the different classes at lunch and I'd walk around and I'd make good money, especially from the seniors because they had money, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So they loved me. I would always sell them candy. And I remember this assistant vice principal at my school. His name is Mr. Graham, but people called him Officer Graham.
Oh,
because he's like this fucking like, he literally acted like a cop.
Yeah.
And I remember one time he saw me selling candy and he just goes, come here. And I'd come over to him and he takes me into the fucking office and he opens my drawstring bag with all the snacks and he just takes them out and he's like, oh, this is a health hazard. It's like a health hazard because people are going to have too much sugar. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you know what? I would be open to you selling candy at school during certain times, but the money's got to all go to the school. I'm like, oh, okay. So if you get the money, it's fine. But if I get it, then it's not good.
Bro, I feel like the school system is so fucked up.
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend someone like being an entrepreneur.
Dude. And then it kept going on where he'd catch me. He'd like search my locker. Like I kept doing it, obviously. And it ended up getting to a point where when I started filming YouTube videos about selling candy at school, my parents got called into the office.
What did your parents, were they supportive or no?
So my dad, he's like, was way more supportive. And my mom was just like, not trying to cause like issues with the school. So like, she was like, oh, this is probably not a great idea. And my dad was just like, I understand what you're doing, but you got to be smart about it. It's like, I think my dad was probably like, maybe a little bit more like, I kind of think it's hype. Yeah. As long as you're focusing on school and doing that. But my mom is a little bit more like, she's actually from Germany. So I think maybe the culture is a little different. She's not as entrepreneurial. She's not American, you know?
Yeah. She doesn't have the American spirit.
She's American now, actually, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. So how many vending machines do you have?
So I have actually, I'm actually down to one location. I can talk about this.
Oh, you lost an account?
So I sold a spot for profit.
How much did you sell for?
$4,000 and I bought it for $3,000 and I made a few thousand operating there.
Nice.
So I'm using that money to buy the cheapest Turo car in America. So I sold one of my locations and then I still have the 2 machines at the school. And then I sold my combo machine at an apartment complex. So I took a profit on that and I'm going to use that money to buy another Turo car because it's a little bit more profitable for me to do Turo because as we've talked about, like snack vending, it's like $2 per sale, $1 per sale.
It's a pain in the ass.
And you know, I don't like having all those cardboard boxes at my house. Like I'd rather do higher ticket vending. Like I think what you're doing is actually really smart because first of all, those machines aren't as bulky. I could literally pick it up with my friend and put it in my Corolla.
100%.
And drive it here. So
yeah, it's a shame that like what happened to you in Wisconsin. So you were going to have a vape vending machine. But then the FDA thing happened where you're only allowed to sell FDA vapes. That means like Juul, Views, Logic, all these vapes that nobody fucking likes. Yeah. Right. That's the law now in Wisconsin. But we're actually developing a new thing called just nightlife vending. We're going to call it after hours. So it's going to be like disposable cameras, emergency chargers, mints, breath death, like boner bears, shit like that, like Blue Chew, that kind of stuff. And we're going to see if it's profitable, which I think it will be because in my vape vending machines, we carry other higher ticket items, but it's with a vape and Zyn focus because that's just what sells, flies off the shelf. But we're going to do like a only gonna create a separate brand to where it's only nightlife products and it's all no nicotine, so you don't need any of the licenses. And so if that works, we'll get you a machine and we'll try it out at
100%. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little disappointed by, like the laws in Wisconsin, the bureaucracy with all that BS.
It's
like
big tobacco.
Bro, I walk into the city building to try and get a license and it's like no help whatsoever from the people. They're rude. I don't know. It's kind of like something you need to have a little bit of like push to get done. But
yeah,
I 100% think that if you want to do it enough, you can do it,
Yeah. It's just a shame that Milwaukee gave you some trouble. And then at the same time, Milwaukee gave you some trouble. Then Wisconsin comes out with the fucking ban, which it's annoying, but we're going to get around it. We'll get you a nightlife vending machine.
Dude, I'm excited. I want to do it, but yeah, I'm from my experience in vending, I think it's great. It really is location dependent, just like any vending machine.
Of course.
But yeah, I think the higher ticket, like disposable camera idea, bro, instead of making $1 per sale, you're making $15 per sale.
Yeah, it's insane. And so, okay, so you made $1,000 off selling your vending machine. So you bought a vending machine on like what, Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
And then how much did that cost? $3,000?
$3,000.
And then you bought the inventory for it. You cash flowed for probably what, a year?
A year.
And then, so you made that money and then you sold it for $4,000 on location.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that people don't realize is when you have a vending machine, any kind of vending machine, and you place it and it's there generating revenue, it's inherently worth more than what you bought it for.
Yeah.
So like this location right here, the one we're in Bodega's Alley right now, there's a vape vending machine right down there. It makes $1,500 a month. So what's 1,500 times 12?
Times 12, 18,000.
Okay, so it makes $18,000 a year. So technically, that vape vending machine is worth $18,000. If I went and I listed it on Biz Buy Sell, somebody would buy it for around $18 up or down, probably 20% up or down. But that machine cost me like $4,000 because it's one of the bigger standing ones. So I bought it for $4,000. But once you get the data and it's making money, you can sell it for 1 year's gross revenue.
Damn, I got lowballed then. Fuck, my machine was making like 5,000 a year.
5,000 a year? So you could have sold it for 5.
Yeah. Okay. But you said 20% give or take.
Yeah, 20% give or take.
So you got a good deal, but
yeah, no, but that's cool. Did he give you cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't deposit it either. I'm using it straight for a car.
Nice. So that's the next video then. What are you gonna
buy? So I'm looking at a few options. I was gonna buy a Prius. I was like about to buy it, but it turns out it didn't have a clean title, and Turo requires that. It had rolled back mileage on the odometer.
Wait, what is the requirements for Turo? Because I remember I was gonna like list my Honda on Turo a while ago, but I think it was too old.
Yeah. So it needs to be 12 years or newer at the time that it's listed and under 130,000 miles. But the cool thing is it's grandfathered in once it's listed. So as long as you maintain the vehicle well, you can literally have a car that's 20 years old with 200,000 miles. Obviously, it's going to have a lower daily rate. But in Milwaukee, a lot of people are just looking for like a cheap car to use as long as it's reliable and safe.
Yeah.
Those types of cars rent the absolute best in my area. People don't give a shit if it's a nice ass car.
Interesting. Yeah. So what do you rent it on what's the daily value?
So, I mean, the two cars I have have a 2019 Subaru Outback. That is rented for $49 a day. And then I have a 2024 Nissan Sentra. That's rented anywhere from $50 to $60 a day.
Nice.
So in a month, those two cars are making about $2,000.
Did you buy those cash or do you have a note on them?
I bought them both cash.
Nice. Okay, so they're just sitting there making you money.
Yeah.
Is it as passive as a vending machine business?
It's a little bit more active, but I've been getting a lot of longer rentals, so it's like only like 4 or 5 times a month I actually have to like clean the car between trips and like take the pre-trip photos and stuff. But it's a little bit more work, but for me, I like having it right at my house. Like, okay, someone returns a car, I walk outside of my front door, vacuum the car a little bit, take some photos, and then the next person comes to pick it up and I put it in a lockbox. So I'm literally just operating it from my house. Takes like 30 minutes.
So you're not paying for parking. You're not having any overhead.
Yeah, literally I just street park it. Technically in my city, you're supposed to have a permit, but I live like right on the edge of the city. So like the parking enforcement never comes because my area is usually not too parked up.
Yeah, you live in a chill ass neighborhood.
Yeah, so I haven't had any problems. I probably should get a parking permit for like $90 annually, but
if it gets big enough where you have like a fleet, like your neighbors might start getting pissed off.
Oh, I've already thought about this. There's a lot of like my neighborhood's like basically it just kind of goes on forever. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna park it in like random streets. You know what I mean? Just like park it in other parts of the neighborhood so that it can't be tied to me.
Yeah, you have like a hidden
divided out.
Fleet divided.
Literally, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It makes it way more fun. And eventually, when it hits like my goal right now is I want to get to 5,000 a month renting cars on Turo by the end of this year. Which after I get the third car, I'll be at like 3,000. So I'm hoping hoping I can get like 2 other like 10K cars, and I'm gonna probably get to like 5K by the end of this year. And then when I get to 10, that's when I'm probably gonna hire someone to help me. That's kind of like my goal.
Dude, you know what you need to make a video about? You need to make a video about these AI smart coolers that are coming out.
I use some, yeah.
Yeah, you need to make a video about that. We can get you a machine. VTM's making one.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be sick. But like, apparently it boosts revenue by 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. But you gotta put it in a place where like, you gotta put it in like a yuppie area. Like a place where people aren't gonna steal.
Like I was staying at an Airbnb, and I mean, I used one of those. You just scan your card, open the cooler, and then you just grab out what you want.
They had one at an Airbnb you stayed at?
Yeah.
Really?
In California.
Oh, wow.
They're always a little ahead of the curve out there.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, it was sick. I got these, what are they called? You know, with the Nutella and the little sticks? You know those?
Oh, yeah.
I got like 3 of them, and they're like $4 each.
Nice. $4 each.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but I was like, it's kind of sick. I don't care.
Yeah, but there's some videos going pretty viral about those coolers.
Really?
Yeah, it's trending right now.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, we got to make a video about that. So, are you still into the vending stuff, or are you kind of trying to get out of it and just go all in on Turo? Because last time I talked to you, you said that you wanted like 10 side hustles that all like made like a certain amount of money.
So the reason I'm kind of not into the snack vending as much is because the money that I put into it versus the money that I put into Turo, I did the math on both of them, and the Turo is actually more profitable than snack vending. So I'm like, okay, let me consolidate, because I don't have like that much money. Let me consolidate the money into Turo, try to scale that up, and then kind of regroup from there. I tend to do that sometimes. Like I quit Turo at one point to buy my house.
Really?
Yeah, I sold my 2 cars when I bought my house to put more money down, and then I bought them back. So sometimes I just do shit like that. It kind of switches it up. It's like how I would describe it is like, you know, when you see like a car channel, they'll sell like a car to get another one temporarily.
Yeah.
That's really just what it was. I wanted to use the money for something else, and I didn't feel like, you know, waiting until I saved up a little bit extra. But yeah, that's kind of the main reason. I want to have different businesses that are, 10 different businesses making a ton of money. But I've kind of realized that I want to bring something to like a certain level to where I could like hire someone, scale it, and then focus on like another thing.
And then go to the next
thing,
rather than doing all 10 at the same time and trying to, and
I think that's probably the smarter way to do things, because I'd rather scale one thing a little bit higher up, have a baseline, and be able to focus on something else.
100%. So I watched your last video. It was about like arbitrage betting.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because we were talking about it earlier, but like it's a way for you to like always win when you're sports betting, essentially.
So the way I found out about this is I have like an email. People who watch my videos will like email me. A few people emailed me about this like arbitrage betting thing. And then this guy who works with this company called Odds Jam reached out to me. And he basically has this like software that like identifies like bet spreads on different casinos and notices like differences in the spread where you can bet on 2 opposite sides of a sporting event. So let's say on one sporting place, the odds for one team winning are plus 150. And then on the other, on a different casino, it's plus 100. So you could bet like $1,000 on both sides, like on the Brewers winning and the Cubs winning in a baseball game. And then no matter what happens, you make like a 2 to 3 or 4% spread on the bets because the odds are different on the casinos. So like you can literally make like a guaranteed profit. And I know people, if you have a big enough bankroll, who are making like 10K a month, because all they do is they just monitor this software. And then when a bet pops up to where there's like a spread between stuff, they'll put like $1,000 on both sides, make like $40 profit. And if they do that like 5 or 10 times a day, that money can really add up.
Wait, what's stopping them from putting like 100K on both sides?
So at some point they do like limit how much you can bet. It's probably more than 1,000. It really depends, but usually it's like 2,500 per side. They'll limit you at some point on how much you can bet. But yeah, like casinos obviously try to rig the house in their favor.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I know people who are making really good money with that. You just have to be careful. If you're a gambling addict, probably not a good idea to be depositing on casino sites. But if you like are actually paying attention to what you're doing, you can make profit. And another thing that they do is they'll offer like sign-up bonuses. So for example, if you deposit $2,000, they'll match $2,000, but it has a rollover of like 1x, right? So you have to bet it on something. So what you do is you take the $4,000, bet it on something. On another casino, you bet on the opposite side of that. So no matter what happens, you make like a few thousand profit off these sign-up bonuses.
Sick.
So it's like profitable, especially in the beginning with these sign-up bonus methods.
Sign-up bonus
It's called positive EV betting. So there's like a lot of people who like literally full time, make money off casinos. They're just like really smart math nerd people.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that myself. I'm like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that complicated, but I think it's more just like discipline and like just being a little strategic, I'd say.
Yeah, you can't like gambling if you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's like more like a fucking
It's literally
system,
not
like a
emotion.
job.
Yeah.
No emotion involved whatsoever. What's another one you've done? I know you did Bitcoin mining. How much did you make off of that?
Oh, I still mine Bitcoin. So I got into Bitcoin mining for the first time in 2020. So in 2020, Bitcoin started like gripping. I remember it was at like 15,000 a coin. I bought $1,000 worth at that time. And I made a video where I mined Bitcoin on my desktop computer for a week. I didn't make that much. I made like $15.
Yeah.
People really liked that video. It actually got over 1 million views. And I was like, fuck, let me do this again. And in like 2021, by the time I like graduated high school and stuff, I saw this guy on TikTok who had a entire warehouse filled with S19 Bitcoin miners. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I want to go out to Iowa. So I reach out to this person on Instagram after I saw his TikToks, and I was like, yo, I'd love to do a video with you, blah, 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 blah. And it ended up being this guy called JP Barrick. And he has this facility, a hosting facility where people can invest, buy machines. And he has this location in Iowa where the electricity cost is only like 4 cents per kilowatt or 5 cents per kilowatt. So really low electrical cost, which makes Bitcoin mining much more profitable. So people are storing machines at his facility. He charges an upcharge on the electricity rate. So let's say he gets it at 4 cents. He charges them 6 cents per kilowatt. That's how
Which
he
is
makes,
still cheap.
Yeah, he makes his profit. Yeah.
What's normal?
US average is probably around like 13 cents.
Oh, so 6 cents is cheap.
Yeah.
Like pretty cheap.
Yeah, I pay like 17 cents at my house. So if you live in a city, it's probably a little more. If you live in the country, it's cheaper, which is just weird. I don't know why it would be like that. But yeah, so he has like a hosting facility. He has machines. He told his story about how he bought Bitcoin for the first time in 2013 when it was $70 a coin. He bought 20 Bitcoin in 2013 for $70 each. And he ended up, going to college, kind of living a normal life. He got rich, obviously, over the next few years. And he invested all of that into a hosting facility in North Carolina, where he partnered with a bunch of different people, got into crypto. And eventually he, stacked up enough money to where he could open his own hosting facility without partners in Iowa. And now he has, I think, around like 10 different facilities that he's operating at, making hundreds of thousands in Bitcoin every month.
So how much do you make per month, like right now, if you're Bitcoin miners on?
Yeah, sorry, that was the story of how I got into it. But right now I have 2 miners there. In profit, the last time I did an update, I made like 13 or 14,000 in profit. But I've mined about like $30,000 of Bitcoin, but I have electricity costs.
Okay, so what is it? I guess what does it depend on? I guess I just don't understand.
Okay, so pretty much Bitcoin works in like halving cycles. So what these miners are doing is they like process payments on like the Bitcoin network. So if I sent you $50 of Bitcoin and it gets sent to your account, these like miners, instead of like Bitcoin as a company, like a centralized company having a data center that processes all these payments, they have independent miners on the network that are running software on the blockchain and basically processing these transactions onto the blockchain, right? So that's public ledger. And then they're paid out rewards in Bitcoin. And every 4 years, those rewards drop in half. So per block right now, which is just like a bunch of transactions, it takes a long time to do a block. A lot of machines work together to mine one block, right?
Yeah.
And then the rewards are split. So 3.125 right now is what you get per block, right? Bitcoin. And then in 4 years, it'll cut down to half of that. So 1.6 something. So every 4 years, it becomes half as profitable, but Bitcoin's price goes up because it's harder to get Bitcoin. It's more limited in supply.
When will there be none left to mine?
Like 2,100 something.
Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't know if the miners will fit, but obviously I have a bunch of vending machines, 97 vending machines. So could I theoretically buy Bitcoin miners and put them inside of my vending machines and then use the location's electricity and just not tell them about it?
So no, because they're so loud. They're very loud. If
How
you ever
loud?
go in a Bitcoin mining facility, bro,
But it's just one. It's just one.
No, they're loud. Dude, I have machines in my basement. So on top of the 2 machines at the hosting facility, you can put machines in, like I have machines in my basement that have higher electricity costs. And if I run the fan at a certain level, you can literally hear it.
Okay.
So
well, how much do they cost? Like
about like
a good one.
Like 3,000, 4,000.
So would it be worth it to buy a $3,000 Bitcoin miner and like just at least try putting it in a location that's like already loud?
Yeah, you could try. I mean, you could let the owner know about it, but the thing is,
Well, no, because it would spike their electricity
Yeah.
bill.
yeah,
That's why I wouldn't want them to know about it.
yeah. I mean, you can get really quiet machines too. Like there's a lot of different types of miners you can get. So like there's definitely certain ones that you probably could get away with. A full ass ant miner setup, you need a specific outlet as well. You need a 110 volt instead of you need a 240 volt instead of a 110 volt outlet. So you need like a specific outlet for those machines installed.
So it's probably not.
Which is a whole process. Yeah, and you need a PDU. So like it's kind of a setup, to be honest.
What's a PDU?
It's like basically like a breaker that you plug the machine in. So you like have a cord, you plug it into the PDU, and then the PDU goes in the 240 volt outlet. So like, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin mining for me isn't as profitable now as it was pre-halving. Like pre-halving, I was making like almost $1,000 a month off my 2 machines in Bitcoin.
So you've made your money back on those machines?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And my electricity rate is $285 a month, basically, is the bill usually. So I was making hella profit, but now that it's dipped down in half, it's a lot less money. Like it's, 400-ish a month. It's just not as profitable. But the cool thing is, if Bitcoin eventually hits 200,000 per coin, that Bitcoin I mined, I actually hold. I don't sell it to pay the electricity cost. So if Bitcoin doubles, the profitability of the locations double. So really what I make with Bitcoin is dependent on the price.
So you haven't sold any of it?
No.
Oh, nice.
I have never sold any Bitcoin.
Wow.
I sold Ethereum, which I regret. I sold 5 ETH at 2,500,
Oh, fuck.
which it's at like $4,000 now. So
That's interesting. What else have you done other than that?
I've done a lot of different stuff, but yeah, those are
like the main
main things that I like ongoingly do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to name a few. I've tried charging electric scooters. I've tried sneaker reselling. There's so many different things. Let me keep thinking.
You made a lot of
There's
fucking
like
videos.
literally like a million different side hustles that I tried. I could pull up some more. The dark web. I've done videos about people who are like professional credit card scammers. I've done like collabs with people who do that. Dude, let me see what else I got here. I'm just going to look at some of my videos and name them. Let me go to most popular, see what people actually enjoy.
What are the people?
Most of them are probably going to be Bitcoin mining videos are my most popular. Let me see here. Online surveys I've done. Here's my video with Invest with Dason. Couch flipping
Couch flip.
couch flipping, flipping pallets, drop shipping I've tried, flipping mystery boxes.
Flipping mystery
Like
boxes?
you could buy these like pallets of like Amazon returns. That's just called it a mystery box. Yeah, I've done a lot of different stuff over the years.
That's awesome.
DoorDash on a bike. I've done DoorDash.
Yo, whenever I get DoorDash and I see a motherfucker on a bike,
You get pissed.
I get so mad.
I
Because
know.
I know it's just going to come like 20 minutes.
And be cold.
Like it's going to be cold and like,
Yeah.
Nobody wants their DoorDash on a bike.
Yeah, I know. Maybe if you're in New York, but
Yeah. So your main business is YouTube, obviously. That's where you make most of the money, which is awesome. I don't remember who streamed. I think it was Jordan Welch or like Graham Stephan or someone. They were talking about how much more financial YouTubers make than like other YouTubers because the CPM is higher, right? So talk to them about like what a CPM is and how much higher it is than the other ones.
So yeah, YouTube, how much you get paid really depends on the topic of the video, how many ads you put into it, the length of the video, if you said anything inappropriate in the video. All of those things play into how much advertisers are willing to pay to show ads on your videos. So for me, my ad rates are probably a little bit higher than someone who makes videos about, anything other than finance pretty much. Car channels and tech channels actually have really high CPMs also.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, on average, I'm getting about $10 per 1,000 views that my videos get. So in a month, if I got 1 million views, that's $10,000 in revenue. But I've also had videos that have way crazier CPMs I could show you. Like, bro, I have some videos, like especially back in like 2021, for some reason, YouTube CPMs were insane back then. So basically, at the time, I posted this video, how to invest for teenagers. I'm trying to find it and I'm screen recording. But basically, that video got 300,000 views. And how much would you guess that it made?
300,000 views. 300,000 views. You said the CPM was $10.
Usually. But it really depends.
300,000, you made like...
This is my highest ever, by the way.
Highest ever?
Yeah, highest earning video, and it only has 300,000
So it's
views.
more than $10,000.
Sorry, it has 400,000 views now.
15?
Okay, I'll show you. 400,000 views. It paid me 34,000.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Why?
Don't know. It just has a high-ass CPM. It has an RPM of $100, meaning after YouTube's cut, I'm getting $100 per 1,000 views that this video gets. So yeah, RPM 80 actually.
Wait, what was this video about?
How to invest for teenagers. So anything stock market related gets insane views. Side hustle related stuff gets gets insane money. But side hustle related stuff doesn't get nearly as high. But like stock related videos.
Too bad the
pay
stock
insane.
market's kind of like boring. Otherwise, you could make videos about that all day.
Yeah, but like on average, let's say like this video, it got 30,000 views. I made from that about $374.
Huh.
So yeah.
What about short form?
Short form, it pays shit. So I have short forms that have 5 million views, and I still only make like $100.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you by like my more than a million. Let me see. Yeah, 5.5 million views on a short form, and it got in money $465, which isn't terrible actually. That's more than I thought. It's pretty good.
Is TikTok? What about TikTok and Instagram?
I don't make any money off TikTok or Instagram.
Didn't you get banned on TikTok?
Yeah, I did, but I got my account back.
You got it back?
Yeah.
Why'd you get banned?
I don't know. I made videos like in like 2021 where I was gambling. I think that's probably why.
Oh.
I was gambling on TikTok before I knew it was like not allowed. I don't do that anymore, but yeah, I got banned. I got my account back.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Whatever. Probably got a strike. Instagram doesn't pay anything?
No, they can. There's like a creator fund. I tried signing up for it, but I don't think they like it. Like maybe approved me, but I just like haven't gotten paid much.
Doesn't Twitter have a creator fund?
They
too?
do, but it's very low.
It's all shit.
Yeah.
YouTube is where the money.
YouTube is literally the best one.
Yeah.
Facebook I've heard pays pretty good, and Snapchat pays pretty good. I make like $1,000 a month off Snapchat, which is pretty good. Just
That's
like
not bad.
reposting my YouTube videos. I have like an agency that edits it. And then I've been doing that on Facebook, and I'm at like 10,000 followers now. So I'm monetized there. So eventually I'll start making money from Facebook too.
Hell yeah. Yeah, guys, if you have any type of business, especially vending, a lot of you guys are gonna have vending businesses. If you're watching this, just pick up the camera, dude.
Literally, just film yourself on your phone, collecting it, talk about the businesses. Just start with some shorts. That's the easiest, low barrier to entry. Get a cheap mic. I probably have it in my pocket. Get this like cheap Rode mic for like $60, maybe 100 at most.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Literally a phone and a Rode mic.
People overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
They
Bro, I got
overcomplicate.
20K subs off an iPhone. I didn't have a camera.
That's G shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So you don't need any fancy equipment. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Yes, you're double dipping too.
Yeah, literally. You
it's
film
perfect.
yourself making money.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, cool. I think that was sick. We're gonna go get some pizza from a pizza vending machine that's just right down the street,
Sweet.
and we're gonna have lunch at the vending machine. But yeah, I appreciate it, man.
All right.
Awesome.
It's good seeing you.
Yep.
Cool.
Peace.